Do you have insomnia or sleeping problems? Today we're going to talk about the causes of insomnia, because if you want to treat any condition, you have to understand what are the causes. And then the first line of treatment is always to remove the causes. That's right. So we don't just want to take herbs for sleeping or sleeping pills just to resolve our sleeping, but we're wiser to look at the causes behind why we're not sleeping well. And there can be many causes, and you could have 2 or 3 of these causes. So let's cover these causes, not necessarily the treatments in this video, but at least identify the causes, and then you can focus on removing these causes that you have. The first, of course, is too much stimulation in our lives. Too much TV, too much coffee, too much sugar, too much chocolate, too much soda pops. Stimulation, whether it's through the computers, through our work, through our music. You know, if we have sleeping problems or anxiety problems, then we should reduce the amount of stimulation in our life. So if we're already an active person who's anxious, then we don't want more coffee, more stimulation in our lives. Instead of coffee, we need relaxing herbs, relaxing teas, nervine, sedatives, not stimulants. And of course, 1 cup of coffee is still going to have an effect. In fact, just 1 cup of coffee can affect your sleep adversely for 2 or 3 days. So next, look at your environment, the room that you live in. Too many electrical wires running by the wall, which your head is near, creates an electromagnetic frequency, which can disturb easily children, and many people can be affected by this. You can see whether your room and the electrical frequencies in your room are affecting you by sleeping in another room, sleeping in a mattress on the floor, flipping off the circuit breaker to try to cut all the electricity and see whether you sleep better. Also, electronics, computers, Wi-Fi, cell phones, most of this should be all removed from the bedroom and the sleeping room. Even the TV, anything with a flashing light should be removed from the room. You know, too soft of bed can affect you, too cold or too hot. So you should make the room very suitable for your own comfort. Another cause would be even the stress that we have in our lives, in our work, overcommitting, over-pushing ourselves, over-promising in our relationships, over-committing in our work. And even just goals and commitments that we give to ourselves for achievement, creating more stress and more worry in our lives. And of course, mineral deficiency is another common cause. If you have muscle cramps in the thighs in particular, but anywhere in the body, or twitching, or wounds that aren't healing well, then you could have mineral deficiency. And when you have mineral deficiency, the neurological system isn't going to work well. And again, you know, taking a mineral supplement even may benefit you right away. In Ayurveda, they take a Shilajit, but also there's many types of, you know, electrolyte replenishing supplements, and trace mineral supplements, and magnesium that may help you to overcome this condition, mineral deficiency. Next, of course, is hormonal. You know, postmenopausal women have changes in their hormonal levels, the lower estrogen in particular, and this can create insomnia. So if it's a hormonal condition, then you need to treat that with herbs balancing out the hormonal condition, not necessarily just trying to sedate yourself. And also heat. Excess heat in the body can keep you awake. Not necessarily hot flashes, which of course I've heard can wake you up too, and hot sweats, but just having the body temperature too hot. And this can be resolved by having less spicy foods, less hot foods, less ginger, pepper, cayenne, these foods that actually create body heat and can keep you awake at night. Also, poor circulation. If you have cold hands and feet and you're wearing socks to bed, then you have very poor circulation. And this can also make not just sleep poor, but even memory poor, and create other health issues. Also, liver toxicity. If you get up in the middle of the night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for no apparent reason, and you're awake, then you could have high liver toxicity. So supporting on detoxing and cleansing the liver may resolve this waking up in the middle of the night. And just insecurity and fear, a financial worry, this can create, of course, stress, and stress leads to sleeping problems. So, making better choices like, not spending as much and saving more can help to reduce this type of stress that we feel with finances. And also nighttime urination, very common. Many people, elderly women in particular, think it's normal to be urinating 2 or 3 times at night. Well, it's not. My mother, over 80 years old, doesn't urinate at night, and she tells this to many women that it's not normal. And it's very easy to treat, very easy to flush out the urinary tract with some parsley, nettle, erva ursi, and flush out this kidney urinary tract pathway and just open up the pathway better so there's more complete flow in the daytime, and then there's less urination at night. And then another major cause is just thinking too much of the past, thinking of the future, when the past doesn't exist. It has no value. The future hasn't happened. We don't really know what will happen. So it's kind of a waste of your mental capacity to be thinking too much about the past or the future. So to sleep, you have to be in the moment. You have to accept you're in bed. You have to accept this is the time to sleep, not the time to think. And thinking can really hamper sleeping. Now, of course, sedative nervine herbs can help to stop or slow down thinking. Another cause of insomnia is just pain. So if you have inflammation in the body due to arthritis or inflammatory muscles, inflammatory joints, and you're dependent particularly on pain medication, then this can really adversely affect your sleep. So instead of taking sleeping herbs or sleeping medication, we should try and work on reducing down your inflammation. And then, of course, you can have breathing problems too when you start to snore and you have to open your mouth every night to breathe, and you're having kind of respiratory congestion, and this can result in sleep apnea where you're unable to breathe clearly through the night. So there's no point to treat the nervous system or cool the body or improve circulation or detox the liver. Here we need to focus on clearing the respiratory system, cutting back on most dairy, cheese, yogurt in particular at night, and making foods more better food combining to make less congestion in the body, have warmer foods, clearing foods like soups and onion soups and things like this that will help clear the respiratory system, and steam and other methods to clear and detox the lungs so there's good breathing so you're able to get through the night. So I recommend you identify the causes of your insomnia and then treat these causes accordingly. Thank you very much.